In order to find out why this gives a bad power factor, we need to look into each of the components. So we have a rectifier and a DC link. So before the rectifier, we have the voltage source, and this is sinusoidal. And after we have rectified the voltage, we get kind of like the absolute value of the voltage source. And when we add a DC link, we straighten out the voltage, so it looks like this. Now, in order to find the current at the source, we first need to look at the current at the output here. So it should be equal to the voltage because we have a resistive load. Now, but there is also some current going through the capacitor. So after the rectifier, like here, we would have a current looking like this. And if it's unrectified, we get this. So this would be the current at the source. Now this will not give a power factor of 1 because the current doesn't look the same as the voltage. We either have a bad power factor because of distortion or displacement. So displacement is just when we have a different phase of voltage and the current, and distortion is when they don't have the same harmonics. So if you go back to this case, we can see that the current doesn't have the same harmonics as the voltage, but they have the same the phase. So in order to fix this, we can actually add a filter. So we can put the filter between the voltage source and the rectifier. This would filter the current such that it becomes more sinusoidal or filters out the harmonics. This would be a passive PFC, which means power factor correction. But it's not as good as a active PFC, which we will look at later. So the current will not look like this anymore. This is the old one without the filter. So the current on the source side will look something like this instead. It's not perfect, but it's better. With a active PFC, we would be able to get a power factor which is 1, which means that the current is in phase with the voltage and there's no distortion at all. And we can do that with a active PFC. There are different types of active PFC, but here is a Boost PFC. So we have a rectifier as last time, and we have also a boost converter. So now we are also able to control the output voltage as well. But this is still not the best way to do it, because if you want to control the output voltage, then you maybe take in the output voltage and put it into the PWM, or to make a PWM going into this MOSFET. And then we could get some ripple current from the boost converter, which would make this maybe look like this instead, which is not ideal. So therefore we could actually have a filter in between the output source and the rectifier, which would look like this. So a combination between the passive and the active PFC.